Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Core Live. I'm Tasha, your host. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today marks the open alpha launch of Core, a platform to create, play, and publish games for free, available on coregames.com. Right now I'm going to be walking you through a demo kind of how to do things, going over some editor basics, and then you can kind of see and hopefully you'll be inspired to use Core after this and create your own games. So opening up the editor right here, this is kind of our landing page. I'm going to jump right into the character editor just to show it off a little, just because I think our character team did such an amazing job. So we have all of these wonderful kind of heroes that you can select. You can also edit them and kind of swap everything out. So I could be this character. Let's see. Truly a whole lot of different outfits available. You can also get really funky with the random button here. Although I must say I personally prefer the crash test dummy that was made available to our closed alpha users. And I like just going all natural. Here we go, crash test dummy. You can also select mounts. We have some really cool ones here. Just showing these off very briefly before we jump into the editor. And then the emotes are so fun. So you can kind of see previews here. We have some really good ones. Yes, I think my favorite's the tantrum one. Where is that? Shoot, tantrum. Yes, perfect. That is my mood sometimes. All right, let us jump into the Create tab over here. So this is where you'll see all of your projects, and we have a bunch of projects here from all of our past streams. I'm going to do Create New, and you'll see this New Project tab pops up. We can create an empty project. You can create a game from a framework. So what's really powerful about this is you don't have to have any coding skills. Like myself, I started working here and I knew absolutely nothing, and I can't stress this enough. I knew literally nothing about game design, but here I am giving the demo now. You can also do community games. So these are games that other creators have made available to edit. And the really beautiful thing about this is you can just kind of jump in and see how someone did something, so you can implement it in another way, or you can completely just be like, I like how you did that, I'm going to do that in my game. We are going to go to a blank project, however, and let's see, Core Live Demo. Create, and who was last using this? There we go. I'm going to reset this to default. So this is what you guys will see after downloading Core for the first time. And if you have any questions about Core, I will do my best to answer them. I'm not super technical, but my team members are in the chat as well, and they will answer some of the more complicated questions. Let's see. So we have our project content tab, our Core content tab, community content tab. I think I'm just going to jump in and start showing you how you build things in Core. So we provide all of the assets you need, and you kit bash them together to create something really awesome. So say for instance, let's just take a really basic shape, and I can show you how that works. I've pressed F here to find it in the editor. Let's see, I just turned off gizmos, by the way. This was a player spawn point. There's also some for the camera and directional light. So this is our cube we just dragged in. I can easily resize it, scale it, all that fun stuff. And if I want to apply a material to it, say like brick here. Here we have a whole bunch of different brick materials, and our environment team is adding new materials all the time. So let's see, boom, brick wall. And I want to add that Core is built on top of the Unreal Engine, so it has all of those really beautiful graphics and powerful physics behind it. The visual effects are outstanding, but it doesn't use a single line of the Unreal code, so you don't have to have a really fancy Unreal license to use it. Oh, I just jumped into multiplayer mode. another really cool feature of Core. But here you can see right off the bat, you have physics. If you can hear it, there's footsteps already in when your character takes a step, and that changes based on what material you're walking on. So in Core, we offer something called opt-in complexity. So we like to provide all of the kind of basic design elements out of the box, like footsteps, things that would kind of otherwise be very difficult to implement on your own or very timely to implement on your own, and we just provide those right out of the box so they're easy for you to use. And let's do that. I'm going to switch out of multiplayer mode. But say if you wanted to get really creative with the footsteps, you can mute them, you can change them using some programming if you wanted to. So that's part of the kind of opt-in complexity right there. I'm going to duplicate this. You can do that with Control W or just by simply copying and pasting it. And if you look right here, oh what? There's no Z fighting. So if you've ever struggled with Z fighting, struggle no more. But if you actually really like that struggle, let me show you something. We are going to go here. We're using a smart material right now, so it's a world-aligned texture. And if I uncheck that, and so you can struggle with Z fighting if you want, but the true let's see, feature of this is you get to customize the material more to your liking. So you can change the UV tiling. So say if I wanted this pattern to repeat a little more. There we go. All right. So I mentioned that this was smart material. And it's a world-aligned texture, which means the texture aligns to the world and not the object. And here we have the texture aligning to the object and not the world. And when these two meet, there's kind of some difficulties there. But we take care of that with smart materials. You can just kind of seamlessly merge objects together. Excellent. So you're probably wondering, like, how do I create things out of basic building blocks? And you can get very creative with it. I'm going to show you our community content tab. And for me, this is the most powerful part of Core, is the fact that you can share your creations with other users. So let's see. I'm going to show off mine, because this one's my favorite. So I made a cupcake grenade, because who doesn't like cupcakes and who doesn't like grenades? This kind of gives you a little hint of what's available. Let's see. Where's my cupcake grenade? Shpoing. So you can see right here, out of the basic primitives and building blocks, I have made a cupcake. That is a grenade, and I can jump right in here and throw it. And I also included a rainbow trail for it with sparkles and confetti explosions. So that's just kind of an example of what you can do, combining like different visual effects, different trails, different sound effects, and different primitives. We also offer some more complex shapes. Let's see, props. So we have like, these really, I never thought I would say this, these really beautiful cabinets, or at least I didn't think I'd say that until I was a homeowner, but these were done by Flashy Raccoon, aka Anna, one of our artists here. So if you want stuff like chess, we have different props sorted by like fantasy, urban, and of course we are planning on adding more, you know, street props, all of this good stuff. Stuff that might be a little more complicated, or stuff that is commonly used, and we just want to provide that for you because we're nice. All right. Just to give an example of some of the props you can use. But enough about the primitives. I'm going to jump into the game making portion of this. And let's show you that. So what I'm going to do is delete everything I've just dragged in, and I'm going to delete our spawn point. I should add, while I'm in here, let me show you the game settings and other settings available to you right out of the box. So we have ragdoll on death, enable player storage. That's for persistence if you're interested in making a game with persistence that carries on over multiple sessions. We also have third-person player settings. These are our camera settings. These are our camera settings, and these are our movement settings. So you can set everything from ground friction, like max walkable floor angle, if crouch is enabled, if mounts are enabled, if you can fly, the buoyancy in water. So we provide all of that for you right here, and you can easily edit it. So if I wanted to change my buoyancy to like 8,000, I think I would just fly out of the water. I was so buoyant. So all of that is very easy to edit. So like I said, you don't have to have a lot of fancy programming experience. If you're someone like myself who is a programming noob, this is wonderful. And if you're someone who likes to really get in and dig into like the meat and stuff and program all of your games, then you are more than welcome to. All of that is available for you. The beauty of Core is you can really just focus on what part of creation excites you the most. For me, that's clearly making food items that are also weapons. So I'm going to show off our terrain generator a little bit. I'm going to generate background, mountains, boink. We'll zoom out a little. Look at these majestic, beautiful. I'm going to delete our default floor. And I'm going to go back to core content. I'm going to search for terrain materials. So right here we have a few available right now. So we have our terrain desert, and as you can see, there's some cliff rocks exposed as the alpha of the height map changes, and someone fact checked me there. I hope that's the correct phrase. We also have terrain grass, cliff terrain, snow, really beautiful, but we're going to use desert for our purposes today. All right, and then I'm going to go back into community content, and we're going to download something really incredible. Yes. Where are you? Sniper Alley Construction Kit. So you saw I downloaded just a Cupcake Grenade from community content. That was one object, but you can actually create templates that are many, many different objects. So if you look into Sniper Alley Construction Kit, we have all of these templates rolled up into it. I'm going to change it to a list view so you can get a better idea of truly how many objects are in here. And so this is a template someone created, actually one of our gameplay designers. Thank you, Ryan. And this is everything you need to build Sniper Alley. So if you're curious about how they made something, you can take a look at it. You can modify it. If you literally want to create Sniper Alley, it's available for you here. I'm going to drag in the arena first off. Whoa. Nice. So we have this beautiful arena now, and we got some pretty cool VFX, some post-processing effects in there, some lighting changes. I think I also dragged in a new sky. Yes, I did. Okay, I'm going to delete our old one. Whoa. Even moodier now. All right. And if you're just tuning in, I'm Tasha. This is Core. I'm showing off how to create a game very easily using Core. It's a platform where you can create, share, and play games. Pretty awesome. Get it for free at coregames.com. So next, I'm going to just drag in some of the buildings. And just a reminder, everything you see here, all of the buildings are made in Core. This is all UGC. I'm going to drag in, let's do large palace. That sounds great. Nice. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to enable grid, snap to grid, or you can press G. Boop. And I'm going to change the angle of rotation. So when I rotate it, it's a clean 90 degrees. Excellent. And you can also change the size of the grid, say when you're dragging it around or scaling it. But for our purposes, we have it kind of exactly where we want it. Okay. And I'm just going to drag in a few more houses very quickly.
Hey, Tasha. There are some questions from the community.
Ah, excellent. Okay, I'm ready.
Rafflenator asks, what kind of swords are available for Arena?
What kind of swords? None in this kit, I think, but if you search community content for swords, there's already a few available to download. I think we also have a sword available in our Spell Shock weapons kit. Yes, we do, Spell Shock weapons. So you can go download these and see how people have created melee weapons. And I know we added some melee weapons recently. So if you'd like to make your own, I'm getting close. There's a guide for you, so you can literally create it from the ground up. Good question. I would like to see more melee games. And then just so you guys know who I am, I'm Tasha and I'm on the creator relations team here. I started out as an intern with pretty much no game design experience, but what can I say? I'm a fast learner. I'm here to answer your questions today. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. This is a pretty exciting day. This is pretty stellar. And if you have any questions, Jason, oh God, I might butcher your title again, but it's Digital Content Director. Yes, Jason is taking a look at chat and he will relay them to me.
What's up, everybody? Ask your questions.
And let's see.
Aries Studios asks, can you create character classes with different default movement speeds?
Character classes, yes. I myself am not capable of doing it, but if you want a good example, there's some available in Spell Shock, and I believe a few other people have made things on community content. That's something you can do with abilities, which is we have this whole thing called game objects, game components. We're going to have one of our wonderful engineers on later this week, and he's going to go into how to use a bunch of the common game components later this week on stream. Good question, guys. Keep them coming.
Nice. And then Justin asks, what will the price for Core be, and for how long has Core been in development?
Excellent question. It's for free. It's free 99, baby. That is to say, it's absolutely free. And you can go download it right now. It's free to create and free to play. I'm doing a terrible job, dragging in houses and talking at the same time. But here we go. And how long has it been in development for? Great question. I think Manticore Games has been around for about 3 years now, but they weren't entirely working on Core during that whole time. So 2 to 3 years. And it's been in closed alpha for about 3.5 months, and it's been in open alpha for approximately 3.5 hours. Okay, we'll drag in Old Courtyard. This is the one I wanted. Okay. I'm going to, is there a way to collapse all of these? Excellent. Okay, and I'm going to enable Snap to Grid again and just schmoop these buildings around. Schmoop is the technical term. All right, and I'm going to take these guys and put them over here. And then I'm just going to zoom in to show you all the detail that went into these, because, reminder, again, these are things all created in Core out of just basic building sets and primitives. These palm trees are actually just cylinders with some ferns on top, but they are quite convincing. So you can get pretty creative here, and it doesn't take a lot to make something really good.
Hey, Tasha, you mentioned kit bashing earlier.
Ooh, yeah, I did.
I asked in the chat, what do you mean by kit bashing?
Oh, kit bashing? Gosh, it's like when you take a bunch of things and put them together. So, like in Core, you take a bunch of primitives and you put them together, and it makes something really cool.
What's a primitive?
A primitive. It's these cool shapes we give to you. So it's like these very basic shapes. So we have cone. Let me expand this so you can see these better. Cone truncated. All of these wonderful objects. Any shape you could want. Donut shapes. And then using these, you can create models like such, like a cylinder with 2 ferns on it for a palm tree. If I can get in there. Pretty cool. I hope that answers your question. You can always ask me to clarify.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And then we have a couple more questions. You got
Excellent.
a few more answers in here. Justin says, is there any documentation yet?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Good question, Justin.
Yeah, that's. I know that's pretty key for a lot of devs and creators out there. If you don't know how to do something, it's incredibly difficult to figure it out on your own most of the time. And we do have documentations. We are, believe it's now docs.coregames.com, and we have a bunch of tutorials up there. We're working on getting more up. We just hired an amazing technical writer, Sarah, and they are currently working on some goodies and tutorials for you guys. Get back here. I misplaced my building. There we go. Control Z, by the way, lifesaver. And I'm just going to drag in a few more buildings so we can get the fun part, which is playing and showing off multiplayer. Let's see. So I'm going into my project content, and I'm going back to my imported content, Sniper Alley construction set. And I'm just going to drag in, I think, did I already do Old Courtyard? I did. It's my favorite. And I think there's a really cool fountain in here, Central Courtyard Fountain. All right. Honestly, I could spend forever just decorating this little arena, but I know that's probably not the most exciting thing for most of our viewers, so I'll just drag in a few more so it feels a little more complete. All right. Yeah, this is perfect. I should have been like town designer, urban planner. All right, and do I have this whole thing selected? I don't. There we go. All right, so this is kind of, this is cohesive enough. No, I should make it look good. What am I saying? Let's do this right. If you want to snap something to the object under it, you can simply press the end key. So say if I have this building floating up here, which has happened, it's interesting to design in 3-dimensional space. You can think something's aligned with another object, and it's totally like woo-woo off in the distance. And let's try that again. Excellent. So now we're snapped to the floor. Or are we? We are. Cool. I've also toggled object selection mode, so you can select an object as a group, which I have right now, or if I want to select objects individually, which is like infinitely more frustrating when you're trying to grab the whole group, but it is handy when you're making models. You can do that as well. All right, and there we go, group selection mode. A lot of handy hotkeys. Feels a little second nature to me, but when I was starting out, I was like, what does everything do? You guys might run into that, and I promise you it's so fast to learn this. Okay, that's a good one.
Small axolotl says, can you destroy those trees? Do they have effects for destroying and cutting, etc.?
Yes, actually you can make destroyable objects, and not to sound like a broken record, but there are templates up on community content that already go into that. I believe some have been uploaded by one of our engineers who did a stream on it. We were very busy streaming during our closed alpha, and as far as visual effects, we have a ton of really cool ones. Let me find like an explosion one for you. It's good for destruction. Let's see, electrical zap. No. Distant explosions. I want basic explosion. Spark explosion. We also have a whole host of different audio sounds. So there truly is a lot to customize. And then say if I like go back to this basic explosion, look at all of these different parameters down here. They're all customizable, and you can opt in or opt out of advanced settings depending on how particular you are. I'm usually pretty particular, so I like messing with everything. But you can turn off like sparks, smoke, the ring. What's that? Oh, I think that's like a ring. Kind of like when you get an atom bomb type thing, there's that ring around it. Enable fire. So if I turn that off, enable light, yes. Flash, yes. So definitely doable to make trees that you cut down. We do have some sword visual effects as well that I think you would find handy. And let's see, I think all of my buildings are on the ground. Very important part of urban planning, let me tell you. And I think I'm just missing something right here. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna find a small one. Small temple. Beautiful. All right, there we go. Perfect. And besides placing the buildings, let's drag in some gameplay logic, pretty important for the game aspect of it. So our coding language is Lua, super lightweight, very easy to pick up. I learned it coming into my internship here. I thought it was really easy to learn. And I'll show you some coding. I can find it in these nested lobbies. And again, ooh, here we go. Just one of the many scripts that you can mess with, modify, copy into your own map. If you look right here in our Sniper Alley Gameplay Logic folder, we have all of these exposed custom properties, so you can add custom properties to a folder. Right now we have our starting weapon, which is an advanced sniper rifle, and if I press play, you can see I have a sniper rifle equipped. We have zoom, we have a reticle. The reticle is also kit bashed from different UI objects. Sound effects, so nice. We also have round kills, time between rounds, all of that is exposed and easy for you to edit and say, let's say I don't want this to be Sniper Alley, I want it to be something else. Like what if I wanted it to be, let's look for, yes, this is one of my favorite creations. This is by our alpha creator, Wave Paradigm. He made a portal gun in like 2 hours. It was freaking incredible. So if I drag this in here, you can take a look at this. And then I can go back to our gameplay logic folder, and if I drag the portal gun in here and I press play, pew, portals. So it's that easy to edit. Or if I wanted the, let's see, we already downloaded the Cupcake Grenade, right? We could also have the Cupcake Grenade as our starting weapon as well. Beautiful. But I think it would be easier to play, certainly easier to kill people with the sniper rifle than a portal gun. All right, so I have changed it back to our sniper rifle starting weapon, and let's see. I am also missing UI, and I'm also missing atmospherics. So we have a incredible amount of post-processing effects and different lighting effects that you can use to really make your game feel fully developed, AAA, make it look really pretty. So you can see the difference there. Before? No. Hold on. Okay, before, after. Cool. I love it. And I just closed my properties tab. There we go. Swink. All right, and then I'm going to drag in the UI, and UI is like so notoriously hard to get right in games. So I really appreciate being able to use templates that we have. So like right here we have message banner, kind of a kill feed, how many players are in game, health, ammo, all that good stuff. And I'll take a minute to check chat. VBubba asks, can you edit community-made assets? Say I wanted the portal gun, but wanted to change the color of the portals. Is that possible? It's totally possible. Possible and encouraged. Let's see. Can I run my games without the platform? If I make games today and core disappears, I guess my games are dead. That's from Bramagola. So the way core works is all of the game files are literally just a few hundred kilobytes, and it's just storing all of the assets, transformations, rotations, all of the information about them, and then your computer takes that and loads it. So yes, you won't be able to run games without Core. It's a pretty essential part of it, but the wonderful thing is it's just 10 seconds of loading time into most games. Your file sizes are insanely small. I think the benefits here outweigh any cons, but I'm biased, totally biased. I admit that. And let's see, any other good questions? Answer to camera. That's important. Thanks, Jason. Emperor Argent asks, how do you change the color of a material? Great question. All right, let's find a nice blank slate for us. I think this wall over here will work fine. And if I switch out of group selection mode, so if we look here, we have a bricks wall flat as our material, and I can just simply go to the color override and pick a new color. Joink. If I want a hot pink Sniper Alley set, yes. We could also do new custom material, and that'll expose a few more elements for you to mess around with materials. I would say bricks isn't terribly exciting. Let's search for amethyst. Has so many custom properties. New custom material. Boom. Yes, you have secondary color, tertiary color, color offset A, color offset B. Cracks color, emissive boost top. You have all of these cool things to truly make the game the way you envision it in your head. Very fun. I'm just going to leave those there. All right. And I think we have everything we need now. I'm just going to hop in. Yes. I'm missing my starting weapon. That's bad. Do I have...
Hey, Tasha, Emperor Argent asks, can you make a MOBA with this?
Yes, we actually have had several people in closed alpha make MOBAs. I don't believe we have a MOBA framework right now, but again, we're hoping to add as many frameworks as possible to kind of make it as easy as possible to make the game you are picturing in your head. Okay, I did delete logic. There we go.
Tasha, can you expand on what frameworks are?
Oh yeah, so let's see. At the beginning, I'm going to quickly go back to the main menu. When you create new, you have the option to start an empty project, use another creator's game as a base, or you can use frameworks, and frameworks are stuff like deathmatch, team deathmatch, battle royale, capture the flag, all of these things. I'm going to just jump into deathmatch as an example, and then coming in you have all of the game logic that you would want for a deathmatch game. So if we look into game settings, starting weapon, third-person camera settings, we can jump in, and then you have the kill feed, all of the UI elements you need, guns already provided, but then you can take this and customize it as much as you want. So again, you could have the portal gun in here if you wanted, or the Cupcake Grenade, or any of the other bajillion cool weapons that have already been made. Anti-gravity gun, really awesome.
All the way to the message that comes up when you score a point or something.
Yes, exactly. So they're pretty powerful. And let's see, I think we have something crazy like 16. I'm not going to count all of these. We can just round it up or round it down to 16. But a lot of frameworks available, and we're currently working on more, so stay tuned. And let's go back to our Sniper Alley. Let's see, how are we doing on time? All right. I think we're about done here. So I'm going to go in and publish the game. So I'm going to save. I'm going to click publish. Let's see, Core Live demo, a world full of snipers and friends. Release notes. This is the game publishing settings window. As you can see, you can create, give your game a name, Very important. Give your game a description. If you're updating your game, you can say what changed, what bugs you fixed, or just write a message to your friends if you want. You can add tags. So let's see. You can do genre, gameplay, theme. We have action. Let's see, I do have to pick one. I'm going to do action and military. All right, and then screenshots. So we're going to take a thumbnail of our game. Actually, I really like how this building looks, so I'm just going to center it on that, click the camera button. I'm going to say open for editing. You can check this box if you want others to go in your game and see how you did things. I'm going to change max players to 16, and I'm going to publish publicly. You can also publish privately. That just gives you a link that you can share amongst your friends if you don't like playing with strangers, which I totally understand. Strangers are scary. She said to a bunch of strangers. Review and publish. This will just take you and show you all the information you've entered. And I think that looks great to me. I think it looks perfect. Publishing game. And boom, we can copy this link. We can visit the game page. You must be logged in to access this. Oh. I'm not logged in. Darn. Well, thank you. Okay, I'm going to log in real fast. I don't want to accidentally type my password in front of everyone. That's like my worst nightmare. Okay, we're good. Thanks, Jason. Okay, and I'm going to close the editor now. Goodbye. And then we can just jump in, open Core Launcher, and play. And
while this loads, I got 2 more questions.
yes.
From O Turbo. Is this like Roblox?
So similar in the sense that it's a UGC platform. But a little bit different. We provide, of course, the frameworks. As I've said, we use all of the, we provide all of the models and assets for you as well. Of course, we love Roblox. We love what they do. Similar but different. Same but different. And Kitsu has joined me in game. Hello, Kitsu. And there was another question. Perhaps.
Time for one more question. I want it to be a really good one.
Okay. No pressure. All right, let's see if we can actually kill someone, huh? I love that Deadly Fishes and Kitsu just jumped in. Okay, I'm ready. Hit me.
All right. Trakio asks, is there a character creator for your avatar? Is it pretty complex, or will it be?
So you can create costumes for your avatar using the primitives that we provide. It's really easy. We have provided a mannequin on community content, and then you can kind of match up, make your costume that way, and it's very easily equipable. I believe we have tutorials on it, and if not, they're very much incoming. So I think if you were watching the stream earlier, you may have missed it. There's a game called oh my God, Ruthless. There's a game called, look, he's so happy. Great job, Matthew. I know that guy. He's really nice, actually. Getting Squirrely is a really good example of a costume covering the entire player avatar. You're a squirrel. Let's see, Core Paintball has protective vests. Those are really good examples I can think of off the top of my head. Oh, see, floating building, I knew it. I really need to quality check myself. There's a few pieces of community, oh no, heck no. Get away from me. Hex kill tops. Congrats, everyone. You should know I'm an easy kill though, so don't feel too smug about it. I think there's a but oh my god. Okay, nice. There's a few pieces of content. Ooh, not bad, not too shabby. Buff room suit. It's a suit made by Draco Wolfie, and it's a giant mushroom suit essentially. It's really beautiful. Yeah, I think if you search community content, there'll be a well, I'm actually kind of much better than I thought I was. Lots of costumes already available. There's like a Kool-Aid guy costume. Really fun stuff. Let's see, Anton on the track asks, are there ways to input custom starter screens, animation, and music? Yes to starter screens. Getting Squirrely does that. Someone made, I think his name is Live on No Evil. He made a animation editor in Core for you to use that you should check out. As for importing your own music, no, but we provide you with all of the sound effects, musics, soundtracks that you could want. We have an amazing audio guy, Matthew, so you no longer have to like scrounge through and hoard like royalty-free music again, which is nice. Whoa, ho, ho, hey. Okay, I feel like I was like, that's being awfully nice. I think he could have killed me by now. All right. Gurk asks, can you make enemy AI? Oh, hey, Gurk. I'm assuming you're the same Gurk who was with us in the playtest earlier. Yes, and again, not to sound like a broken record, but there is stuff on community content already. People have scripted AI systems that you can use and modify to your liking. I think that's all the time that I have for right now, but thank you so much for watching, guys. This is like an incredibly exciting day. Really excited to see what you all make, and I hope this was a little informative, gave you a better idea of how to use Core and what kind of utilities and resources are available to you. Check out our Discord. There should be a link in the Twitchy thing down below. We also have docs.coregames.com if you are interested in looking at some tutorials and references. Am I forgetting anything? No. Coregames.com, download Core for free. I think that's it. All right, awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Bye.